YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again, hit you with a video. Now this video comes straight out of Texas. Big shout out to my hometown, H-Town, everybody down there in the dirty South. But we have a story right here. It's very unfortunate, right after Christmas, that you will have sudden, unexpected death, if you will, over the stupidest things. A couple's arguing, domestic violence. And the person that suffered the worst in this whole situation is the child, as you will see as I get deep into the story. Now you have to understand something. When you're in these relationships and you have children around, especially when you have weaponry, and I ain't talking about knives, even though you have to be careful with those too, because those will kill you just as quick as a gun will. But when you have guns and you have crazy, mentally disturbed people, you have to be very aware for your children's sake. But what happens when the parents don't have a lick of damn sense? Because that's clearly the case in this situation right here. And I'm not going to sugarcoat a damn thing on this video, because one thing I don't like is people that mess over children and ultimately kill those children. You know, it's not like they stabbed the boy or she shot the boy in the leg. No, this is straight out murder, and it was intended. Whether she shot at the car or not, you have to still remember, if you aiming a gun at anywhere where somebody at or they're in the vehicle or not, you still have an intention to kill, because that gun has what? The potential to kill. So don't sit up here and say or try to think in your mind, well, she didn't mean to do it. You knew in your damn mind what you was doing when you grabbed that gun and started shooting at that car when they got leaving. So I'm gonna read a snippet from this story, and I will give my opinion surely as we go. Texas woman, 26, is charged with murder for shooting dead her boyfriend's 7-year-old son after leading cops on a 9-mile car chase. Brooke Craig was arrested in Frisco, Texas, following a police chase. Craig's passenger in the car was the child's father. She is not the mother. The child has been identified as Kaden Green, 7 years old, of Greenville, Texas. She is being charged with capital murder in the shooting death of the boy. And one thing people know about Texas, one thing, when you get that capital murder, that CM, you can get the death penalty for that. And this woman right here is all, she was a so-called quote-unquote Instagram models, even though you have thousands of them. They think just because they have a little somewhat cute face or a little shape or just a little ass or whatever, and it's the truth, you know, I got to keep it real. You know, they think just because they have that, which every woman else have, might be a little bigger or smaller, that they are automatically model potential. So you go on IG, you see millions of models. You think they real model. You're like, well, I got this, I got that. You're like, well, okay, where you at? Oh, I'm on Instagram. I'm like, oh, whatever. But anyway, she all on Instagram posing and everything, and you can look and tell that this woman was halfway psychotic, because who in their right mind be taking pictures right there? All them crazy pictures. When people do stuff like that, I don't understand all that. The little duck mouth perch, all them kind of pictures right there. So you can look at this woman and tell, and I always look at the eyes and notice, you know what I'm saying, her eyes before the incident happened and after the incident happened, because it's quite strange that you're so bowed and rowdy about that life before the shit pops off, before the cops get to intervene and you wind up in prison for these, wind up in jail for these charges, which are going to lead to prison in this case. And I'm not wishing bad on her. That's just what's going to happen, because her little dumb ass sat up here and decided to discharge a firearm into a car where God was that she was having sex with her boyfriend, whoever you want to say, but had a child in there with them, you know. So yes, she does deserve to go to prison, and she will go to prison for that. Because let me tell you something, I don't care how mad you get, you don't have no right. You don't have no right to sit up here and shoot in the car with that kid at. If you was gonna do anything to that man, you should have did it to that man before he got to the car where the little boy was, because he's the innocent bystander in this whole situation. And I hope those of you who can really think understand the point I'm trying to drive home. Now, a Texas woman shot and killed her boyfriend's 7-year-old son, police say. Brooke Craig is facing a capital murder charge after allegedly gunning down Kaden Green in Greenville. The 26-year-old was arrested and taken into custody after leading police on a chase to Frisco, a Dallas suburb, alongside alleged drug dealer Cameron Costello. So not only was his mom, was the stepmom crazy, the dad was already on parole, drug dealer, trying to be out there living that Frank Lucas American gangster life, which is nothing but a lie anyway, a lie in a myth, because show me one successful drug dealer that is retired and living good without the police still being on his ass. Now, a Child Protective Services spokeswoman said the passenger is the child's father, but that Craig is not the child's mom. Craig is in a relationship with Costello, according to NBC5. Police say they were summoned to a home in Greenville on Thursday afternoon. At the same time, they were told a 7-year-old gunshot victim was taken to a hospital and died soon after. The police chase began around 2:45 a.m. early in the morning Friday and ended about 9 miles from where it began. No one was hurt in the chase. Craig has been named in a capital murder warrant related to the shooting. No motive was given for the crime other than the fact of them two acting stupid and the child just happened to be an innocent bystander and basically was the one that caught the bullet. But it's no motive other than them acting crazy, and she just couldn't control her emotions, just like a lot of people that have these mental disabilities does. And I don't understand. You better think about what you're really doing anytime you pick up a gun and aim it at somebody, because you might just luck up and kill them. And the reason why I say luck up, because it won't be your luck when you wind up in court in front of that judge trying to explain why your crazy ass out here shooting at people for no damn reason and they ain't shooting back at you. Now, the siblings of the child who was killed were removed from the home and placed in foster care. A spokesperson for Child Protective Services reported to WFAA TV said. Now, I don't know what a real mom meant, because Kaden had another brother and another sister. Those two were removed from the home and placed in foster care, which is rightfully so. And I'm glad that the city stepped in and removed those childs from those homes. But you know, one thing I wish is that they would have had to intervene first, because they had issues, a history of domestic violence and police being called over there. And you know, I know you don't just take children from every little call, because if that's the case, it wouldn't hardly be no child left in these homes, because, you know, as parents, you're going to get into it sometimes. As a girlfriend and boyfriend, you're going to get into it sometimes, you know, even you're married or whatnot, you know. But at the same time, you don't sit up here and resort to violence if you really have love and compassion for each other. And this is what I emphasize and I stress so much to the people, is that get you somebody that is stable. Because so many people out here wear masks, and I ain't talking about Jim Carrey movie. So many people out here wear masks and stuff where they hide who they really are, and it's really a fake facade. That's what you see. So when you really see somebody for who they are, like I say, and I've been saying this all year long, believe them. When people show you who they are the first time, believe them. Because if you don't give a damn about nobody else, you don't give a damn about yourself, you don't give a damn about the person you with, at least give a damn about your child, because your child did not ask to be here. That is your responsibility, and this is the price. This is the price that is paid when you have two rebellious ass, reprobated mind parents. The children are the ones that suffer in the end. Now, a mom of 3 lost one of her babies. 7-year-old Caden gained his wings due to a senseless act of violence, according to a GoFundMe set up by the family of the victim. And I would include that GoFundMe in my description. So for those of you who can donate, if you have anything, $1, 50 cents, or whatever, donate to him. Donate to those people, you know, because those are the people that really need it the most. Not people that already got a lot of money and keep asking you to donate. No, donate to people who really need it. And that link will be up. And if you can, if you have the heart, or if you just, you know, if you can't do it, as long as it's the thought that counts. But if you can, please donate. Now, Greenville is 50 miles northeast of Dallas. For those of you who familiar with that area over there, past Garland, Plano, and all that other stuff over there, you know. And big shout out to everybody in Fort Worth. And I'm gonna leave a link to the description. Link to the website where you can read it for yourself. I was trying to find a video on it. I have not been able to find a video on it yet. But, you know, my heart goes out to this young man who lost his life over his damn daddy. And this is what his dad done. Now, when the boy was shot, drove the boy to the hospital and just dropped the boy off, jumped back in the car with the thought who shot the boy. Now, how you gonna sit up here and jump back in that car with the damn woman that killed your son just because you so strung out over her? I don't understand. And let me tell you all this right here. If you got somebody, I don't care how much you think you love this person, I don't care how much you think this person is so good and beneficial to your life. If they don't give a damn about your child, they stop there and cold-blooded murder your child, and you couldn't even sit there and stay with your child, forget. We know you're on a run for, you're on parole. You should have thought about all that before you was sitting out here doing all these things. You still want to sell drugs. You made it out the prison system in Texas, which is amazing, and considering his age. So you went through all these different things, and you still have your 3 children, and you don't even want to change your life for your 3 children, but you let this woman come along who you met that shows her ass and her face all over IG, Instagram, but that's who you fall in love with, and that's who you chose to ride with, leaving your son dying at the hospital. Now, if that ain't sad, I don't know what else is, and that right there is the point I want to drive home even more. I would have been all over that heifer whooping her ass. I probably would have got a capital murder by the end of the day for doing to her what she did to my child. I just don't see how this guy, I don't give a damn how bad you want to get away. I don't see how a man can sit up here and jump in the car, man or woman, can jump in the car with the same person who's out there and gun your child down, trying to aim at your ass, trying to kill you, but you choose to jump back in there with her. You know, I don't understand that type of thing. That's that crazy love, like Brian McKnight used to say. I don't want that type of stuff. You know, and it's a shame that this 7-year-old boy who had his whole life ahead of him, who could have been a doctor, lawyer, anything, was snuffed out over a damn crazy ass bitch, if you will. That's what she really is. A crazy ass bitch. Now we're going to see if you're going to be looking good in the prison system, because this is what happened to people who sit up here and think they, like my granny say, they shit don't stink. You know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you something. The law got a way of reminding everybody just how low you is. Just when you think you up there and you above everybody, you can run out the house and start shooting at people like you in the Wild Wild West or the OK Corral. You know, the Most High got a way to humble you, and this is the way to be humble for both of them. You don't want to change your life when you was in prison. You was blessed to get out. You still have your children. Some people want children. You sit up here still want to live this thug life. Guess what? I'm going to cancel your ticket too. Guess what? You want to model on IG. You want to do all this other stuff instead of raise these kids right and live right. You know, you and this man get on the right path. Guess what? I'm going to cancel your ticket too. I'm going to take both of y'all out. You know, I'm going to leave y'all alive, but you're going to be taken out. You feel me? And the child was the one that ended up getting taken. So guess what? If you got kids, love your children. Don't put them around these stressful situations. Don't bring your kids around crazy ass people, because you know damn well if that person crazy. But it's a part in you. It's something inside of you that make you like these crazy ass people. You see what I'm saying? And watch how much hell you would catch. See if you're gonna have a decent house to stay or decent cars and stuff. Because I don't know one decent person that lives like an outlaw, that have their house in order, their cars in order, where you go in there, it's clean, it ain't weed smell everywhere, ain't cigarette ashes everywhere. You know, it's just a nice, respectable place for them to call their own. So who's to say how they was living? You know, because I don't see how they can be upstanding people when you were involved in all this type of foolishness. That stuff you do in your late teens and your early 20s. That don't make no sense. But when you have children, it's time to change your life. Let me know what you all think about this video. If you like, subscribe, definitely share the video with anybody that you know is a half a deadbeat or not a deadbeat. Just share it with people who have children and people who like to hear this type of news. And I ain't saying for enjoyment, but I'm just saying, you know, as a lesson, if you will, because that's really what these videos are. Most of them is a lesson and a warning to people who may find themselves arguing. And you might click on YouTube, you just got through arguing with your spouse or whoever, and you might come across a video about Know the Leg Show. You might come across a video from other YouTubers, and it might be some that's going on. It might be some they say that's going to stick to you and going to ring out like, you know what? Let me calm down. Let me go and leave this house and let the situation cool down. Because let me tell you something, in the heat of the moment, when you're going back and forth with your wife or with your husband, girlfriend, or boyfriend, anything bound to happen. So it's best to give people a time to cool off, period. And once anything cool off, I don't care if it's a hot pan, guess what? You could touch it again. And what that means, you could touch that person again, like grab them by the hand if it's real love. You know, let's talk about this, because we don't want to go down this road where these people wind up at. And it can easily happen. It can easily happen. Think about that today. I'm out.